This is Josiah Plays Divinity Original Sin 2. Alright, we're here in Fort Joy, which is not the most aptly named place considering that it's a prison in which our characters are currently prisoners, inmates, convicts, if you will. Cognition to think. Cognitive thinking is like people who say ATM machine. Oh yeah, ATM machine. Or RPG game, or pin number. Or there's another one that somebody did the other day that I noticed that annoyed the shit out of me too, that I've seen people doing lately. And I can't remember. Oh yeah, I know one I've seen people doing. STFU up. STFU up. Motherfucker, what do you think the U stands for? Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to this dog first. I don't have Pet Pal. Grrr. Hello, sir. What does this dog have to say?
Collar, on, sauce, gone, go!
Well, the dog didn't have much to say.
You, clear, go!
Apparently if we didn't have the collar on, we'd be having problems with this animal. Alright, let's talk to Magister Timmery. Let's see if I can pick some pockets up in here, too. You know, I have a thought. What if Fane is like, don't mind me. I'm just going up to this platform, and behind you, and I'm sneaking, and I'm taking your shit. Poison flask. Oh, a large divine order key. This large iron key has been embossed with the Magister's emblem, though you can see the sigil of the divine partially obscured beneath it. R.I.P. in pieces. Jake's dog in Divinity Original Sin 1 is one of the best characters in... Oh, yeah, I remember that dog from the first game. Yeah, it was good. We're going to take this key. We're going to take this gold. We're going to take this milk, obviously. Milk hype. We're going to take this empty potion bottle and this poison flask. We're going to take these tomatoes. And we're going to take these herrings. So, in other words, we're taking all yo shit. Then what we're going to do is switch back to him as he's about to have to explain ourselves through a little, because she's gonna notice that she's just lost all her shit, and she's gonna say, "Hey, let me search through your shit," and I'm gonna go, no, and then I'm going to persuade her with my great wits. But since these persuasion pickpocketing things are basically all the same, I don't bother to roleplay them out. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and talk to Magister Elise. You know nothing about this series? Well, it's about Adam and Eve eating the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. No, it's not about that, but it obviously makes reference to that with the original sin concept. I don't actually even know what the titular original sin is supposed to be in this.
Enjoy your stay, boy!
Wow, that's... wow. Okay, not what I was expecting. Boy.
Enjoy your stay, boy!
Boy.
Enjoy your stay, boy!
Alright, what do you say to Sabine?
Enjoy your stay, Mossy!
Mossy, because she's an elf. Clever. Okay. What do you say to somebody who is neither a boy nor an elf?
Enjoy your stay, lassie!
Well, she just got all the fucking one-word epithets, doesn't she? The barrel bush sneaking thing is so comical. Yeah, I kind of hate it, though, Nox. I mean, it's funny when you first see it. It's amusing at first. You're like, oh, look at that, how cute. But then it gets really old. Because it's so ludicrous. Original sin is equal eating the hamburger from the tree. It could be a plagiarized. So, yeah, the original sin is plagiarism. Someone dipped his taint in the sauce, and ever since people have been going, ew. Oh, that's gross, son. That's very gross. Hey, there's a bench saw. It weighs 1,000... Well, it's not pounds in this game, it's kilograms. 1,000 kilograms, so I won't be taking the bench saw. I think we've established that. Now we're going to come over here. No. Now we're going to come over here to this fine gentleman, Magister Holland. And Fane is going to come up here and just be like, do. Can't reach. The fuck you can't reach? Fane, get down. Fane, what are you doing? Why are you standing in one place like an idiot? Fane, come on, buddy. Come down the ladder. Come down the ladder! Okay, thank you. Now, Fane, come over here. I need you to steal this guy's stuff with your undead self. Now, I'm gonna quick save, because I quick save all the time. It's not Fane, it's Fane with an F. Sneaking failed? Okay. Let's be a little more precise about this. Sneaking failed. How is sneaking failing? I'm right behind this dude. Who the fuck could possibly see me? None of them are looking over here. Is it her? Or is this guy just like super alert? Where he can see behind himself? Fine. Fine. You know what? Fine. We won't steal from this guy. We will talk to him, though.
Go on. Keep moving.
What's he got for sale? Penny bun mushroom. How much does he want for it? 71 gold! Dude can eat a dick. Fire, yeah. Do I have anything to sell this guy to get 6 gold from him? I don't really think I do. Oh, I have this stained shirt. Here. Take this stained shirt, sir. Good sir. Are you in the market for a stained shirt? Ha! I got 3 of your gold. What now, Magister Holland? Alright, he says go on, keep moving. What does he say to Fane?
Go on, keep moving.
What does he say to Sabil? Fucking elf! Something like that.
Go on, keep...
Oh, Magister Holland, with your poor dialogue.
Go on.
Fine, buddy. Alright, let's see if we can... I don't think we're going to be able to pickpocket Magister Timmery, though, because... Can't reach. Again with this shit. Everybody, come on. This is getting ridiculous, with the Fane being unable to come down ladders. Alright, we're gonna detach Fane from the party. We're gonna move everybody else over the fuck here. Then we're gonna go back to Fane by himself. And he's gonna... He's stuck up there? Really? Okay. He figured it out. Good job, Fane. Way to figure out how to climb down a ladder. Way to not be fella climbing the cage. Fane means flag or banner in Danish? Really? That's interesting. He actually can't eat a dick fire. His mouth is not animated. You shouldn't make fun of differently abled people. But if you don't make fun of differently abled people, who can you even make fun of? Look, I'm differently abled. So that gives me the right? Isn't that how it works? Just like the word crazy. I can use the word crazy because I am crazy. Like officially, according to the government, I'm crazy. So at that point, if I want to say the word crazy, I can. Just like if you're a member of a certain race or gender, you can use words that denigrate that race or gender as you see fit. So I can denigrate crazy people. That's how it works, right? Reminds me of when Ramak tried to jump over a corpse but failed. That was amazing. Alright, apparently stealth is fucking impossible in this world, so that's what we've learned here today, folks. You can never sneak ever. Alright, fine. Let's talk to Magister Timmery and find out what exciting dialogue he/she has. I'm not going to assume Magister Timmery's gender.
The Magister stares at the ground, unaware of your presence. With a start, she looks up and realizes someone is standing right beside her. Her eyes meet yours. She doesn't blink.
Well, no, you're right, Jen. Actually, as a matter of course, I don't tell women that they shouldn't say certain words that are hostile to women. Because that's not my place to tell a woman not to say that. But then Knox said it, so then I was like, uh-oh, now we've started a trend of people saying it, so that's why I said what I said. Say the C word all the time. I don't say it. I've got some feminist friends here in Reno that educated me about a lot of things. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a feminist. I wouldn't try to put that label on myself. But I'm sympathetic to what they have to say. And when they say you shouldn't say certain words because those words are harmful to women and promote anti-woman attitudes and beliefs, then I believe them. I think, okay, that makes sense to me, so I will not say those words. And I will ask people out not to say them in my chat. And it goes not just for women, but also obviously for racial epithets and words insulting people of other sexual orientations, or words insulting people of other genders. You know, so... What's up, Stoila? Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, I know the C word is super different in the UK than the US, which is actually why I tend to be a little bit more forgiving of a British person saying that word. Because I know that they have a whole different cultural context for it. Well, son, I mean, if you wanted to refer to yourself as a bundle of sticks, you'd be able to, obviously, because that's your thing, right? I mean, you could be reclaiming it or whatever. I don't know. Listen, I'm not an expert on social justice stuff, all right? I just know that certain words bother me. That's all. You're tired, taking a break from work to see the stream for a bit? That's cool. Taking a break from work is good. Alright. So, the Magister is being weird. He doesn't blink. What's going on here?
The Divine is dead. The Bishop is all we have left.
Do you take comfort from the Bishop's presence here?
I don't question the Bishop. He and Dallas would do anything to protect us. And they say he's God-woken. They say he'll ascend.
I don't know what that means.
She pauses for several moments.
I do wish Alexander would ascend sooner rather than later.
You certain that rounding up sorcerers in Fort Joy will protect anyone?
I put my faith in the Bishop. Reminds me of his father. And what he said has been true. Wherever there are sorcerers, Voidwoken strike.
Was this Divine alive when you enlisted?
Oh, yes. Only a week or two before, well, you know. I wanted to serve him more than anything.
Yeah, I don't like this whole weird religion in this game with this bishop. I hope I get to kill him. I mean, it's literally my character's mission to kill him, so that sounds good. Look, anytime you've got a religion that, like, tries to control other people through the use of force, we're done. You and me are done, that religion. If you have some other variant of your religion that doesn't try to control people through force, then we're good. Believe whatever you want. Have fun with that. But once you start taking people prisoner, torturing people, executing people in the name of your faith, then fuck your faith. That's my opinion. Oh, you have to hand in some short stories? Yeah, Sterla's studying writing, so she has to write lots of stories. Wanted to serve him more than anything. Okay.
But who didn't then? He was driving the Black Ring back, soon to rout them entirely.
I wonder what it is that's keeping this Alexander from ascending to godhood, as you say.
They say his powers are not developing as they should. They blame the Voidwoken. But we need his powers to develop so that he may banish the Voidwoken.
How do you know what markets there are and what those markets want? One under 500, one under 4,000. I'd rather write the 4,000 one. Must be fiction. You should write a modern take on The Boy Who Cried Wolf called The Cop Who Used Force. I don't really see the analogy there, son. Oh, man. Jen busting out the pro writing tools now. Okay. Let's vanish the Voidwoken. Can't we just kill the Voidwoken? Because I've killed some of them and they didn't seem like that big of a deal. Oh, that's how you know what markets. Okay.
It's quite the pickle.
Well, I hope he ascends soon. The Voidwoken are getting worse.
Now, of course, my character doesn't really hope he ascends soon, but he's trying to blend in here. He's undercover, so he's trying to play along with these magisters. It's gonna be a film noir type story set in a D&D fantasy universe. That sounds really cool. Eberron has a lot of film noir elements.
I wish it every night. More than anything.
I'll take my leave now. Goodbye.
It's always awkward when you go up and have a chat with the COs. I mean, you can get to know a certain CO pretty well, and then chit-chat with them on a regular basis, but there's always a level of weirdness to it. Because you know that this is a person who is keeping you imprisoned through implied threat of force. And so even if they're friendly with you and stuff, you know that you can't really be real friends because they're, you know, they're there to literally oppress you. So yeah, it's always weird talking to the COs. It lists a ton of markets, especially for speculative fiction, helps you track your submissions. That sounds cool. You never submitted anything for publication more as a vendetta to my mother than anything? What does that mean? Alright, let's see if he says anything different to Fane, or she.
The Magister stares at the ground.
The Divine is dead.
Oh, look.
The Bishop is all we have left.
Look how many options Fane has here that my other character didn't have. Perhaps it's time to forge new gods. That's kind of a cool answer. It's a first. I think Fane's gonna come right out. Alexander is but a mortal man. If he's all that's left, we're in dire straits indeed.
For now. But someday he'll be as divine as his father before him. Divine as Lucian.
Her voice trails to silence, and she resumes staring at the ground, lost deeply in thought.
The last time I took a college course, it was a humanities class, and the professor that was teaching it had us do a lot of writing, and he seemed really impressed with mine, and he wrote really lengthy notes about my writing, and I asked him if he would take a look at some of my other writing that I was doing, because that was when I was doing shit tons of writing all the time, and that was a long time ago. And so he said, yeah, he'd read my writing. So I showed him a bunch of things that I wrote, and he wrote me like this 5-page letter, basically, talking about my writing and stuff, and he was like, you need to start submitting stuff for publication right now. And I was like, no, but I don't know, I haven't had the training, I don't have the English writing education, I don't know what a dangling participle is. And he told me, don't wait for participle training, just start submitting stuff now. And anyway, I didn't listen to him. I never submitted shit because I just don't believe that my writing is that good, actually. Like, I wouldn't want to write something and then, like, carefully revise it and getting it all to where I thought it was as best as it can be, and then submit it and have it be rejected, and then I'd be like, no. So, I'm probably never going to submit anything for writing. I mean, for publication, because I'd rather just, like, not submit anything than submit something and have it be rejected. You could write gay erotica, people devour that shit like nobody's business. You know, I thought about becoming a gay phone sex operator. It's like an easy job that you can do from your own home. I mean, I've never had phone sex with a guy before, but how hard could it be? How hard could it even be? Dangling participle training. Yeah, you gotta get that participle training. That's what editors are for, they fix your shit. Use your nouns, people. What do you mean, use your nouns? Do people write stuff a lot where the nouns are missing? And then something undisclosed, I'm not telling you what it is, did this. Some of the greatest works of literature were widely rejected before their first publication. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. How hard it could be, I guess that's what we're all waiting to hear. Nice, son. Well, I mean, I'd prefer to not be a gay phone sex operator in theory, right? It'd be probably more enjoyable to be a phone sex operator catering to women, but that's like a lot harder to get into. There's not a huge market for that compared to for gay phone sex. I mean, I've researched this a little bit. Apparently there's a huge market for gay phone sex, but not that much for heterosexual male phone sex, you know. Which, okay, doesn't surprise me. Although, it kind of does surprise me because I've known a lot of women that were really into phone sex. They always seem to get into it. So, I don't know. It seems like a thing that they would like, but I don't know. But then to actually pay for it, maybe that's not really something that women are into the idea of. Which makes sense. But men are already sort of deeply used to the idea of men paying for sex. Between paying for porn, paying for actual sex workers. Do you consider a phone sex operator an actual sex worker? I don't know that I would really consider a phone sex operator a sex worker. I mean, they're sex worker adjacent, sure. But if they're not physically present with somebody, I don't know that it really counts as legit sex work. Look at Lovecraft. He's a household name these days. In his own time, he basically had to self-publish most of his shit. That's true. I don't know who R.L. Stevenson is. Who's that, brother? Dangling participle is a modifier without a noun to modify. See, even when you say that, I still don't know what it is. I still don't know what that means. They work with sex, what would you call them? I don't know. I guess it's sex work, I guess? I mean, but there's not any actual sex taking place. You're just talking. That's like saying that somebody who tells you a story about something violent happening is doing violence. I mean, of course, that's not entirely true, because typically speaking, there would be like actual orgasms occurring related to this. So at that point, you could say it actually is sex, even if it's not in any way physicalized. Is physicalized even a word? I don't know. These are the kinds of things we discuss here on Josiah's stream. You don't get these discussions elsewhere. Alright. Okay. Anyway, what is this Magister?
I do wish Alexander would ascend sooner rather than later.
I think we're done here. This is all the same as before. What kind of racist shit does he say to Sabille? Literally 80% of the people we talk to talk shit to Sabille because she's an elf.
The Magister stares at the ground, unaware of...
The Divine is
But she's
dead.
not one of them.
The Bishop is all we have left.
Admittedly, it is a first in all of Rivellon's history.
It'll be a last as well.
Her voice trails to silence.
I do wish Alexander would
This is all the
ascend.
same at that point.
The Magister stares...
The Divine is dead.
Oh, now I can
Bishop
say
is
this
all we
one,
have
which is
left.
really cool. Amusingly scandalous. I don't really think it's all that scandalous. Of course, Nox thinks everything's scandalous. If you're like, I spilled a glass of milk. Scandalous! A mate of yours once yelled at his girlfriend of the moment, nice. And she started crying and yowling. She started yowling. Now, I've never heard that anyone refer to what somebody was doing as yowling before. That's nice. Yowling for him to stop hitting her. Present from the start to the finish of the whole fail pile, so I can absolutely guarantee he didn't touch her in the slightest, much less hurt her. Well, for people who have been traumatized, verbal violence can be just as terrifying as physical violence, as often the two go hand in hand. And if they're used to possibly have been physically assaulted by somebody that also yelled at them, they could associate those two things in their mind, and thus, when the yelling begins, they could actually have a real, legitimate fear that they're going to be assaulted. I mean, it's hard for people who have never been abused in that way to really relate to the level of fear and trauma that those people are experiencing. I mean, I don't really relate to it, but I have talked to a lot of people that have explained their feelings on the matter to me in great detail, so I kind of semi-understand where they're at. Yowling is how Looney Tunes characters yowl. Yowling is a pretty great word. It's almost as great as trundling. I hope that's what happened without wanting to wish bad things for her. Yowling is what you do when you're on fire. Oh, that makes sense, actually. That's a good way of describing it. Alright. Perhaps it's time to forge new gods.
This isn't some thought experiment, you know. This is real. The Voidwoken are here, and only a divine can send them back. Lucian is gone. We are alone. And unless Bishop Alexander ascends...
Man, people are really crying about these Voidwoken a whole bunch. Y'all motherfuckers have swords and magic and shit. Just kill them. Call it a day.
Her voice trails to silence, and she resumes staring at the ground, lost deeply in thought.
I do wish Alexander would ascend.
Okay, I don't care. And we can't pick her pocket, which is the really important thing that we all care about here. And we're not going to be able to pick Magister Boris's pocket because he's got too many people watching his back, quite literally. Oh, maybe I can. Hold on. Let's quick save before I try this. You prefer waddling to trundling? Oh no, you're wrong, son. You're just literally wrong. Oh, look at all this stuff he has. He's got a knockdown arrowhead, an empty bottle reeking of some rotten liquid that used to be inside. He's got some gold. He's got a salmon pie. Unless cooked by a wizard or a chef, this regional specialty could make even the devout lose their faith in the Seven. Picking up the phone, Josiah readied himself for a long night of semi-sex work. Josiah's the noun, readying is the participle. Why is readying a participle? Why isn't it just a verb? Because you ready, that's a verb. What makes it a participle? Picking up the phone, it was going to be a long night for Josiah. Oh, the picking phrase is the participle. Oh, I think I get it. Okay, because picking up the phone is what's modifying Josiah. I get it. I do get it, Jen. Okay, but then what's a dangling participle, then? That's like a participle that's just hanging out on the end of a sentence, not modifying anything, right? Ooh, a crumpled note. We're taking that. A crumpled note that is greasy and sweat-stained from close proximity to a fearful magister named Boris. We're going to take that. Oh, we're taking this key. He's got some tomato sauce. We're going to take his gold. Nail bomb grenade's pretty nice. Knockdown arrowhead's pretty nice. Let's take that. We got to get after this watermelon. This nail bomb grenade. This tomato sauce. This salmon pie is too much, though. If we take the salmon pie, we're over on weight that we can steal without getting noticed. But we can take the empty bottle. Thank you, sir. And then what we do is we just come back over here and look innocent. And now he's going to discover in a second that he got pickpocketed, and he's going to want to give me a lot of hassle about it. Yeah, I understand why that's not good, because there is no noun there. I mean, technically, phone is a noun. Oh no! He didn't even let me talk my way out of it. They're just attacking while I'm about to get killed as a motherfucker. Look how tough they are. Look how many hit points and armor and stuff these guys have. I can't beat them. Not in my current state of... So I'm going to reload my quick save, because I am a save scummer. Save scum. Why didn't he, you know, go like, hey, somebody stole my shit? He just went straight to attacking fools. So I have a new idea. You can do that if you're writing a story in second person, though, if I remember correctly. Is second person like where you're writing in present tense, like a news story or something? Because obviously I know what first person and third person are. Second person is more rare. First person would be like, I pickpocketed the Magister. Third person would be like, Josiah pickpocketed the Magister. Is second person like, Josiah pickpockets the Magister? Is that right? Like I said, I have an extremely small amount of education in actual English. It's like choose your own adventure. Oh, where it's like you are doing a thing. You'd have to say you. You pick the Magister's pockets. Like, it's just like talking as a DM. Or narrating in a video game or something. Man, we're learning so much English right now. Pick up the phone. Go ahead. You still wouldn't use an ing verb without a noun. Okay. I get it. Give me this gold, watermelon, this thing, and this thing, and this thing. Watch, now I take his stuff, and we're just gonna fucking bounce. Nothing to see over here. Certainly nobody over here stole your shit. And we'll wait till he calms down. See, he's in suspicious mode right now. But we're just over here chilling. You have school in the morning? That sucks, son. I'd love to go back to school, but I would need a few modifications to the system. First of all, they'd have to have classes at a time which is convenient for me, like on any given day. They have to change the time of the class to whenever I feel like it, from day to day. Secondly, it would obviously have to be free. You pick the bashful Magister's pockets sheepishly. I see what you did there, Nox. It's already 4:30 in the morning for you, huh, son? Nice. Are you hearing this? But not hearing this, no phones will be picked up. Yeah, that second one doesn't make any fucking sense. Really, you can break all rules if you do it right. So confusing. Like, I always heard that you're not supposed to start a sentence with and or but I do sometimes when I'm writing stuff because I just like it. I just think it's stylistic. I'm making a stylistic choice, even if it's, like, not right. And I don't think it entirely fails to work. I mean, obviously, if I was writing a piece of, like, journalism or something, if I was writing a story for the news, I wouldn't start a sentence with and or but or something. But when I'm writing in a conversational tone, you know, it feels appropriate. You have someone you like sentences to start with and but. B-U-T-T. Nice, son. Nice. I like man butts and I cannot lie. Alright, let's talk to Magister Boris now that we've... Oh, let's read his note. We're gonna read his shit before we... Alright, we got mad keys here. Mad gold. Mad keys. Alright, let's read this note. Let's send this... Actually, hold on. Let's send some of this shit to Ifan. Gold, you can take it. This note, you can take it. This key, he can take it. Alright. So then we go back to Ifan, and we're gonna read this note.
Just outside Fort Joy, Aid waits for the Silver Claw. Tell Ben Mez to seek a...
Oh, that's me. I'm Ben Mez. This note's about me.
Tell Ben Mez to seek a trader named Zalaskar at the lip of the swamps. Zalaskar will be waiting with a smuggled weapon for his mission. R.
Oh, I understand why he has this note. Do you guys know why he has this note? He has this note so that you can still get this information even if you don't talk to him. Because it's entirely possible to start a fight with these guards. Because you could be murdering people randomly in the town and they could come running, or you could attack them. And if you attacked them and killed this guy, you wouldn't get the information that you have to get from him to advance your storyline. So he's got this note so that if you kill this dude without talking to him, you can still get the information. Very clever, game designers. Ooh, my journal got updated. A wolf alone.
The aid from Magister Boris amounts to directions. I'm to seek out a trader named Zalaskar in the hollow marshes outside Fort Joy. He has some kind of weapon that might be able to help me fulfill my contract.
Have you considered online schooling? I've considered it. I don't really like the idea of it very much, though. I really like being in a classroom and participating in classroom discussion and interacting with other students and all that. And interacting face-to-face with the instructor. I like all that stuff. I feel like online education would be basically just like watching YouTube videos and doing homework. Which doesn't sound very fun. I've met a blacksmith.
Wait, why am I reading about this? This happened a long time ago. Okay.
You'll school me for free, Fire? You'll school me in gay phone sex? That's my intended career, you know. Alright. Now it's time to actually talk to Magister Boris. Let's quick save again. This is the guy that we've been supposed to talk to since the very beginning of the game. And we've put it off like a million hours. Decide to see how long you can stand there before he gets really mad. Sun could instruct you in any existent accent. Oh, I know. I've heard Sun's mad voices.
This is Josiah Streams, Sessions of Scandal.
He's still got that salmon pie. I'm gonna lean in close and whisper.
Glashau Dumas.
The guard glances around furtively, then looks back at you. The merest hint of fear flickers across his face before he sneers.
Thought you must have died when that ship went down. Guess wolves can swim. Ha!
Oh, I can glare silently, guys.
I was told that you could assist me with an errand.
That I can, provided we do a little quid pro quo.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do phone sex with an audience. I mean, I can do a lot of things with an audience. I don't really have much in the way of stage fright, typically, but there's a level of intimacy there. Just like I wouldn't want to have actual physical sex in front of somebody or in front of a camera, you know? I just feel like it's something that's not meant to be displayed. It's at least not the way I do it. It's a more intimate situation that I don't think I could devote my mind fully to what I was doing and to the other person if I was also thinking about performing for an audience at the same time. I think the experience would suffer for it, is what I'm trying to say. But who knows? I've tried it. I'd certainly try it for money, though. Don't get me wrong. You've had sex on camera? It seemed like a thrill, but finding recordings of it 20 years later on the internet was very awkward. Oh, son, that does sound awkward. That sounds very awkward indeed. Alright. Quid pro quo. Okay. Seriously, Hannibal Lecter? Fine. Is there a link? Brother, is there a link? Nice.
Here's how things are gonna go down. You'll kill a slum elf called Sahila for me.
No, I won't.
Return, I'll tell you exactly where to get just the right weapon for whatever it is you're doing that I don't want to know about.
I can tell you right now that's not happening. I've already got a quest to help Sahila. And she's like some kind of important person to the elves. So there's not a chance I'm killing her. But let's continue discussing this, Magister Boris.
I don't think so.
He waves a little scrap of paper in front of your eyes, before patting it back into his breast pocket, a smug smile on his lips.
No, I don't think he does, because I took his little scrap of paper already.
Deal?
Why does this elf Sahila need to die?
Far as I understood, lone wolves don't ask questions. So why don't you shut your muzzle and go fetch?
You were a young punk all dolled up for the camera. Sounds fun. Put that shit up on one of those websites where people sell little amateur porn clips or whatever. Why don't you shut your muzzle and go fetch?
I wasn't told about any extra contractual errands.
He smirks and whistles his source hounds a little closer.
You don't get it, do you? In here, I call the shots. You so much as tickle me, and you'll be tossed to my sauce hounds as a new chew toy. Do as I say, or you won't be doing much of anything at all.
This guy's really being a dick, isn't he? Let's see. I love the fact that I literally already have the information because I picked his pocket. Oh shit, I'll visit his family. That's going a little far. Pro tip, kids. When you're in prison, do not threaten the CO's family. It will not end well. Press a weapon between his ribs.
There's a moment each day when a man's truly all alone. I'll see you then.
In this place. Good luck to you.
The Duke of Terrell said something similar right before I fed him to his pet piglet.
He blanches and staggers backward a step, all bravado punctured.
Ooh, intimidation success.
Don't! I'll give you the information. Here, just don't. All right.
Oh, so it's a separate piece of paper. Oh, I already intimidated this guy? Well, that was easy.
Goodbye, Magister Boris.
I've done a lot of things too, son, as you know. But I have never done sex on camera. I will admit that that is nothing I've done. That is not a thing I've done. You wouldn't want to be spending quality time with your hand. It just said spending quality time with your hand. Wow, son. Wow. Scandalous, as Knox would say. Not unless you're one hell of a narcissist. Oh, I probably would. If there was a video of me having sex. I mean, if I think back to a few of the sexual encounters I've had a long, long time ago. Because I'm an old man now who never has sex. Because you can't when you're as old as me. But if I think back to a few of those times, if that would have been filmed, I think I would still fap to it today. Yeah. Well, I can't say for sure, you know. It's on his bucket list, though. Yet. Yeah, you never know. Alright, let's see what I got here. The things we talk about on my stream.
Just outside Fort Joy, Aid waits for the Silver Claw. Tell Ben Mez to seek a trader named Zalaskar at the lip of the swamps. Zalaskar will be waiting with a smuggled weapon for his mission.
Ah, so that's the same as the note that we had before. Magister's note? No, that's the one about the kids. A note from Roost, guiding you to find a certain Zalaskar in the swamps outside Fort Joy. Where'd the other one go, though? Maybe they really are the same one. You only watched the first part of it while you were alone doing things. Things, he says. Things. That probably shouldn't be mentioned in detail. Yeah. Too scandalous for Knox. Mild peril. Watch out, mild peril. Son starts describing things. It's with a couple of not so hot guys. I would probably fap to my own self-made porn, but honestly the guys weren't that hot. Alright. Hope there weren't any credits. Rest in peace, Dignity. Indeed. Who needs Dignity, really, though? I think it's kind of overrated. You know?
Not sure why you're still hanging around here. You know what you need to do.
Goodbye. What happens if Fane talks to him? I stole your shit. What's behind the door?
None of your business, you rat. Move along.
Elf racism incoming.
Get off.
Oh, maybe not. She's gonna decide to stand there and see how long it takes him to get really mad. Inch a little
The
closer.
guard makes a low, guttural sound.
Inch a little closer yet, maintaining eye contact.
Move now. Move, move, move. Get off.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
He grumbles.
Alright, so he doesn't want to talk much to us. Okay, that's fine. I can't go through there because it's a red door, which means if I walk over and open that door, all these people will lose their shit and kill me. But what if I come over here and I'm sneaking and I open the door? We're gonna quick save. I've not had any of these last 20 years. I just pretended otherwise. Oh, Dignity? Magic Pockets. Fane has taken large divine order key from Ifan bin Mez using magic pockets. If any of your party members have an item you need to progress, it will automatically be transferred from their inventory to yours. Well, that's convenient.
Ought to keep well out of sight of the Magisters.
Okay, so I did sneak in here. But I have a feeling I'm going to be in big trouble. How come there's no Magisters in here? Like, okay, this is cool, but what happens if I'm just like... Quick save. Actually, we're going to find out what happens if I infiltrate this place with my old team in our next episode. That's going to do it for this one. So if you're watching the stream, don't go anywhere because I am not done playing. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Divinity: Original Sin 2.